Hi, and welcome to the Haverhill Journal, where we give you a quick look each week at what's going on in our city. I'm Lindsay Paris, and here at the HC Media Studios, we're surrounded by autumnal color, apple picking, and corn maze craziness. Fall is here, and this week we're bringing you a special journal episode celebrating some of the best our area has to offer this time of year. First, while we are, of course, based here in Haverhill, like most folks, the Journal loves to venture out on an occasional day trip. Living in the Merrimack Valley, we have some of the most beautiful locations in the U.S. only a short drive away, and the location that's the #1 day trip destination in the fall has got to be the White Mountains of New Hampshire. So, the Journal hit the road. Our scenic route took us up Route 125, across the Kancamagus Highway to Franconia, and everywhere in between. One of the most popular places for New Englanders to visit in the fall is the White Mountains of New Hampshire, and you can see why. We are here at the Flume Gorge in Franconia National State Park, only one of many stunning natural attractions this region has to offer, and we're going to bring just a few of them to you today. To start off our day, we headed north on 125. Before we hit North Country, we made a pit stop in Lee at one of fall's finest Friday night destinations. If you're driving up to the mountains on a Friday night, one of the coolest places to stop on 125 is the Lee Speedway. It's been here for over 50 years, and even if you don't see it, you'll hear it with the super modifieds going up to 150 miles an hour right around this track. While race fans enjoy the cars at Lee, you can find a more natural type of relaxation next door. So it's fall in New England, and if you're looking to peep at more than leaves, I hear this is the place. After Lee, we cruised up through Barrington and Ossipee until we hit Route 16, soon coming to the spot that always says, to me at least, that I'm back in the White Mountains. One of our first stops in the Mount Washington area is always Lake Chicora, here at the base of Mount Chicora. Chicora was named for Pequawket Indian chief's son, and the Pequawkets believed that the Great Spirit lived on top of the mountain and expected silence from all boaters and swimmers here in the lake. Legend has it that after the Pequawkets left the region in 1725, tribal chief Chicora remained and formed friendships with the white settlers. After the death of his young son, who had been in the care of the settlers, Chicora sought revenge, only to be killed at the peak of the mountain that has borne his name ever since. After leaving the lake, we soon reached the famous Kancamagus Highway. Traveling the Kank is almost like stepping into another world, with its striking views, a top elevation of almost 3,000 feet, and no shops or gas stations to mar the view. It's 35 miles of pure scenic bliss. We are standing here in the middle of the Swift River, which straddles the Kancamagus Highway up behind me. Thanks in part to the death-defying efforts of our cameraman, who fortunately did not fall into this water, and good thing because it is frigid, but the leaves here are stunning. The color is beautiful, and so are these rushing waters around us. Moving on, it was lunchtime, and how happy I was to come across my favorite fall snack, freshly harvested Macau apples. We're here with Ed Griggs, apple purveyor here on the side of the Kank. So Ed, how you doing?
Good, good. It's been very busy today. They're buying them as fast as I can bag them.
I can see since we drove in here, about 3 cars have come in already. So tell me, what kind of apples are you selling here?
Right now, Macauans and Macintosh. I've got 48 different varieties, a lot of heirloom varieties. In a little while, I'll have Cortlands, Red Delicious, Golden Delicious, Northern Spies, and Spencers, and whatnot.
So what's it like out here? Are you out here every day?
Just about every day.
How long are you out here for, until November?
I'm here every week on a lot of the weekdays, and then I'm here on the weekends until the last weekend before Thanksgiving, unless it gets too cold or I sell out.
We're on the other side of the Kancamagus here at this scenic overlook. There's not much to say other than look at this gorgeous view. On the other side of the Kankomagus Highway lies the Franconia-Lincoln area. And a trip to Franconia would not be complete without visiting what's considered the most beautiful spot in New Hampshire, the Flume Gorge at Franconia Notch State Park. The gorge, extending 800 feet down, is only one of the natural wonders that you'll find here. Giant boulders, stunning waterfalls, and dramatic views make the park a must-see. And believe it or not, there's a Haverhill connection. Right behind me stands the covered bridge that crosses the Pemigewasset River here in Franconia Notch State Park. You may not know this, but the Pemigewasset is actually a source of the Merrimack River. The day was winding down as we reached Cannon Mountain, our final destination. Since 1938, foliage-hungry travelers have been taking the Cannon aerial tramway to reach the 4,100-foot summit, where on a clear day, you can see all the way to Canada, as we heard from the guy with the coolest job in New Hampshire.
You know, it's really an interesting, unique job, probably one of the more unique jobs in New Hampshire. We get to experience the full force of the weather. It can be beautiful like this on a day like today. You can see 4 states in Canada over 100 miles. We also get the opposite of that. We can be in the cloud for 6 days straight. You have to really love the weather to be here. This seemed like a great place to be as far as being in a natural state of mind. And fell in love with the skiing, fell in love with the hiking. Married a beautiful woman from Haverhill, Mass, and here we are. It's a blast here. We love it.
It's a little Haverhill shout out there.
There you go. When the foliage is good here, it is one of the most magnificent things I've ever seen anywhere in this country. One of the best parts about our job is the view. And again, it's unparalleled here. And do I get sick of it? No, I certainly try not to take it for granted.
If you go, be prepared because it's a little chilly up there. We made it up here to the top of Cannon Mountain. It is 30 degrees. I had to put on another sweater. I'm freezing. I gotta go. So that wraps up our day trip here to the White Mountains. We saw a lot of stunning scenery today, and it's only 2 hours away from home, so I would encourage you to come up and do the same. Signing out, I'm Lindsay Paris for the Haverhill Journal. There's so much to see up there, we barely scratched the surface. So go up for a day, enjoy the spectacular sights and sounds, and make new autumn memories. Of course, there's lots of fall fun to be had here in Haverhill, too, at places like Kimball Farm and Rocks Village. HC Media's own self-proclaimed expert gamer, Chris Bowden, recently tried his odds against Kimball's corn maze. But this maze proved to be a little bit more than Chris could handle. Or did it?
Hi, this is Chris from HC Media, and I'm standing here outside Kimball Farm on this beautiful fall day. Over the last decade or so, there's been a rise in popularity for this thing called a corn maze. Now, they've been popping up all over New England, and Haverhill's no exception. Of course, there's one here at Kimball Farm, and I'm excited because we're going to take this corn maze on today. And I'm a gamer, so I'm not worried because a maze, it's a walk in the park.
We started 8 years ago to bring agritourism to the farm, to introduce people to the farming life and to make it fun. We plan it the end of June, and then we have a company come in from Missouri that cuts the corn maze. They use a skid steer and go through it with GPS and cut it. And this year's maze, a geometric maze, is actually 4 mazes within one.
Right now I'm actually standing outside the entrance of the corn maze, and I'll be honest, it's starting to look like the beginnings of a Stephen King novel. But I'm not afraid, and I will say this, there will only be one winner, and that winner will be me.
It was trickier than we thought, wasn't it, Max? We got a little lost. We circled around the same spots over and over. It was a lot of fun.
Archer, do you feel like you picked the right way to go today?
Yep.
Was it really scary in there?
No.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, did you get lost?
No.
I'm not scared of you, corn maze. It's going to be a throwdown. It's going to get ugly. It will become messy. But I will emerge unscathed. Yeah, so I've been in here now, I don't know, about 20 minutes or so. And yeah, it's pretty much a breeze. I'm gonna give myself about 5 more minutes to be out of here. 6 tops. I don't need this microphone. My calculations are correct. Right around this corner should be the exit to the corn maze. That's right. The exit was here. Small misadventure, nothing to worry about. Right.
This one stacks up. It's a little bit more difficult, but people can choose to only do 1 or 2 or 3, or they can do all 4.
It's difficult, more so than I thought it would be. I get a little apprehensive sometimes, but I'm sure if I hooted and hollered long enough, somebody would find me.
This was where the entrance was. I knew this is where the entrance was. Okay, well, I don't have my microphone. My cell phone can't get a signal out here for some reason. It's getting really late, but it's okay. Just gotta, you know, pair the pace a little bit. It was right here. Where? Ah! Okay. Remain calm and corn maze on. Where's the flippin' path? Can't even get a signal out here. Not even on 911. I need an evac. Evac! Help! 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 Who are you? Why, I'm you, Chris, and you are me. No, this can't be happening. Stay away from the brown corn. Stay away from the brown corn. Is this the... It's the exit! I've made it out! Of course I made it out. Corn maze was a breeze. Piece of cake. I've been in there for, well, months. But it's not about how long it took me to get through the maze. It's about coming out unscathed like I said I would. And here I am, unscathed. A little dirty, perhaps, but unscathed. And I'll tell you what, right now I'm going to go take a bath. But Tyler Kimball, you better bring it in 2015. I'll see ya. Pulling corn out of places I never thought I would be.
If you're concerned, no worries. I have it on good authority that Chris has returned. Okay, I just saw him sitting in his office. If Chris's amazing performance has piqued your interest, visit Kimball Farm on weekends until November 8th, or try the corn maze at Crescent Farm in Bradford, open daily until October 31st. The Haverhill Public Library is excited to announce that the HPL mobile app is here. Library patrons can now search the catalog, renew, request, and check books out right from your device, along with many other features. All you need is a library card number and a smartphone or tablet. For more information, contact the library at 978-373-1586 or at haverhillpl.org. The historic East Parish Meeting House is hosting its annual Potluck dinner, Sunday, October 26th from 2 to 5 p.m. Come enjoy the newly and magnificently restored steeple and ring the church bell, seen previously on the Journal. There will be music, great food, and plenty of neighborly camaraderie. You can RSVP for the dinner at facebook.com/East Parish Meetinghouse or call 978-469-7060. If you have a story or event you'd like to see featured on the Haverhill Journal, call us at 978-372-8070 or email info@mediahc.org. And don't forget to like us on Facebook or at our YouTube channel, HCTV Haverhill. And that's what's happening in Haverhill the week of October 16th. I'm Lindsay Paris, and we'll see you next week.